Now, speaking of the law, somebody who could really talk about this.
Yeah, talk about the timing. In fact, as soon as this story broke, I'm looking over at Matthew of Battle Board Injury Lawyers, and you were able to break it down very clearly. What do you say they call that?
Well, we called this would be called cashing your ticket. When a lawyer decides to invade the client trust account and steal money that you've been holding for a client. That's the most basic violation.
Yeah, just a betrayal of trust.
You have a fiduciary duty for your clients.
Yeah,
I have a trust account. I put money in there for clients. I can't touch that, not with their permission. So if he did this, that's over for him in many, many ways.
See, that's the benefit of having an attorney on the show. And speaking of which, we are breaking down the law with Matthew Hoffmann of Battle Board Injury Lawyers. And today, we're talking about HOV lanes.
Yes.
So it's been in the news a lot. Rolled out Monday, some big changes in particular that now they're in effect 24 hours.
Yep.
So no longer can you be driving by yourself during certain hours of the day. And essentially it stretches from the Northwest Valley around Elkhorn Road, 95 into the Spaghetti Bowl, and then on to Silverado Ranch on the I-15, give or take. So, let's just break it down. Let's give our viewers a brief synopsis of why we have HOV lanes, and who can use them.
Okay, so HOV, High-Occupancy Vehicle lanes.
Yeah.
Just the background is these things came from the 1970s.
Right.
So back then, highways were pretty new, the cities were growing, suburbs were developing, cars were becoming cheaper, and the federal government started to fund ways to reduce congestion and reward people for carpooling.
Right.
That's why it requires 2 or more people. They're trying to get people to carpool. So that's where it comes from. In Las Vegas, now we all lose our favorite speed lane on the 15.
Yeah, that's true.
I'm personally upset about that, but the idea is to reward people who have multiple passengers.
Yeah.
So obviously, if you have 2 or more people, you can use the HOV lane.
Right.
If you have a motorcycle, you can use it.
Okay.
If you're an emergency vehicle, a bus, anything like that. Some differences from, let's say, California. So in California, electric vehicles can use the HOV lanes whether or not they have 1 passenger or 5.
Right.
In Nevada, that's not the case.
Got it. So that's a difference there.
Correct.
Okay.
Electric vehicles can use them, but they have to have 2 or more, just like everybody else.
Got it.
Dual axle vehicles, like cement trucks, work trucks, cannot use the HOV lanes.
Okay.
And rightfully so.
Yeah, but people have gotten kind of creative, right, when it comes to what qualifies as a passenger. I want you to talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, there's been, obviously, people try.
They try.
Number one, babies count. So if you have a car seat and you have a baby, a little kid, that counts.
My co-anchor is nodding her head in agreement. She likes that. Okay, her
It's
kid counts.
Good for all the mothers and parents out there.
Yeah.
However, a toy baby in your car seat does not count.
Okay.
A mannequin does not count.
Don't get creative. Can't do that.
A blow-up doll does not count.
Okay.
A skeleton does not count.
Okay.
These have all been tried.
Got it.
A hearse driver claimed because he had a dead body in the back
You're kidding.
that it was 2 people. That does not count, nor does an urn.
So living person, that's the key words there, living. Okay,
people.
now Michelle mentioned, what if someone's pregnant?
I would make that argument.
Okay. Hey, we're bringing it all up. I mean, that's why we're talking about it.
I think that's a person, but I will say somebody brought corporate documents and said, well, Citizen United said that my corporation is a person. So,
oh, wow. Okay.
And they didn't get away with it. So
people really get creative is what we're saying with this.
Yes,
okay, very good. Well, kind of as we look at wrapping things up here, Matt, let's talk about if you're not following the rules, what kind of punishments are we looking at here?
Okay, so 2 things to remember. Number 1, just because you're in the HOV lane, you don't get it. It's not a license to speed.
Right.
Still have to obey the traffic laws. You have to follow the solid white lines.
Okay.
You cannot enter or exit from it.
Got it.
Use the dotted lines. But then if you are in violation of any of that, it's a $250 fine and up to 4 points off your license.
Oh, okay. And I think there is a little bit of a grace period, right, with that. But
they've said that.
Yeah, they've said that, right.
For the next 30 days.
Got it. But still just to know, okay, we can't do it like we used to do it. Keep these things in mind. Know who can use it and who can't use it.
Right.
And that if you are not following the rules, you could face a $250 fine.
And no mannequins.
And no mannequins. And no blow-up dolls. No pets. Pets don't count either.
Well, bring your pets, but just don't use the HOV.
Okay, there you go. All right, we do it every Wednesday with Matthew Hoffmann of Battle Board Injury Attorneys, breaking down the law. Obviously, the hope is that we inform our viewers so they don't get caught breaking the law, right? There we go. All right, Matthew, appreciate it.